Hey guys, I'm Jay Randall, and welcome back to my channel, where I discuss wisdom for the modern man. Today, guys, I've got another video to react to. This one is brought to us by the YouTube channel FBE Capital. He does really great stuff. I've covered a lot of his videos on this channel already, so please go ahead and like and subscribe to his channel, show him some support. The title of the video, Older Women Failing Hard Dating Younger Men. I believe he's going to be doing a take on the whole, hag maxing dynamic. I've covered a video on that not too long ago, so I'm curious to see his take on it. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Older women dating younger men.
Let's talk about dating younger men.
They're really fun. Tons of energy.
It's even got a catchy new name.
Hag maxing.
Hag maxing.
But in reality, the majority of older women who are dating younger men are not having a good time at all.
If I think about where I am in my dating life, I would categorize it as still romantically optimistic, but completely fatigued.
Honestly, I can't deal with men anymore, so...
If I have to go through one more talking stage, I'll lose my mind.
Happy Monday to everybody except the men that I'm talking to on dating apps. You're just exhausting me.
So I've decided to, start dating some younger men. Someone help me.
Briefly dated a 24-year-old, and I was very uncomfortable with the age difference. I don't like feeling old.
I just dated this guy who was in his mid-20s, and I was not prepared for the ghosting and the drama.
Is this really the level of effort we are at when it comes to dating? Just a smiley face? Ladies!
I find it so hilarious, when women finally get to the point, because it happens to every woman if they find themselves on the dating marketplace at a certain age. If they're still out there, they get to experience what it's like to date them when they were younger, from the man's perspective. The low effort, the ghosting, the flaking, the one-word responses, it's like trying to pull teeth to have a conversation with them, super dry over text. And this is what us men have to deal with. It's so funny, though, when they get in the position where they're older and they're in the position of being less attractive. And it's then they're like, oh, is this the level of effort we're putting in? Is this what we're doing now? As if they were any different when the ball was in their court, when they were in their prime. I don't feel sorry for them at all. Listen, man. That's exactly how they treat men. So yes, that's what we're doing now. You have to put up with the low effort the same way we had to.
You want to date a younger guy, huh? Guess what he wants?
It just kind of seems like a guy that, just wants to Netflix and chill.
And it was very clear to me that all he wanted was friends with benefits. And he didn't even want to be friends. He just wanted booty call energy.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Asking me what my favorite position is, or if I'm more dominant or submissive.
I am 42 years old and I'm single.
I'm not going to hold you. That line right there does work really well. That whole, are you dominant or submissive? When used right, it works really well. Okay, that's some free game. But hey, man, I don't know what these chicks are expecting. Yes, that's what the younger dudes are after. They're not looking for a long-term relationship with you. Let's keep going.
Different life stages.
I think sometimes it's just fine to be this is so fucking hard.
Doesn't necessarily have a long-term compatibility.
Yes, boys. Apparently, older women and younger men do not have a long-term compatibility. Wow, who would have thought that?
Groundbreaking.
When is this process going to change? We'll talk, you ask for my number, and then I never hear from you again.
It's almost as if nature hardwired this into our DNA and sets off a monthly egg timer to remind you to not f*** around.
When you talk about approaching 40 or being over the age of 35, I want to be crystal clear. In terms of gynecology and obstetrics, women's best eggs are in their early 20s.
But hey, don't listen to female doctors who actually care.
But I thought, it was when they're 35. I thought they're in their prime when they're in their 30s, right? 30 is the new 20. That's what they keep saying. That's what all the ladies are saying. But I guess, who cares what the doctors tell you?
About telling women the truth and provide them with useful information about their bodies No, just listen to the wisdom of female life coaches online.
If you're new here, hi, my name's Kirsten. I'm a life coach.
Or better yet, your personal YouTube tarot card reader.
I'm just so tired. And my YouTube tarot card reader said that all cardinal signs are supposed to be ending a 16 or whatever year curse, like now.
Yep, these are perfectly functioning adults. Please drop a like on the video if you think that these modern women have lost the plot, and comment down below what you think. And let's kick it off with a banger of entitlement, since this woman is peak modern insanity. Since she's not just looking for a younger man to date, no, she's actually married with kids.
Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a married polyamorous mom of 3.
While looking for a younger man on the side.
I'm looking for one secondary partner or a boyfriend or friends with benefits plus. It's called lots of different things depending on what part of the world you're in.
That must also treat her with respect and dignity and take her seriously.
I don't hear from them for days or even over a week. And then they come in and they automatically jump to a sexual question. How many men have you dated?
Of course.
How many men have you fucked? And it literally happened that fast. And I was just appalled.
Yep.
Listen, like, what do you think? Like, it's crazy to me, like, what they're actually expecting. First of all, that dynamic of these weirdo couple relationships where they're like seeking out other people sexually while still being in a relationship, like, that's wild. But that is becoming incredibly common. Like, I've come across quite a few girls living that lifestyle, me personally. So yeah, and I'm sure like in the more wilder, crazier cities that is probably going on at even a higher rate. But yeah, man, it's just wild to me that these older women are trying to date as if they're young spring chickens in their 20s, as if they expect dudes to be courting them and talking about love and romance. It's like, bro, you have 3 kids, Sharon. Like, this, you're not new to this. Like, stop trying to act brand new. Like, you know what's up. You know what the deal is. Like, this is not a romantic love story. This is do you find me hot? Do I find you hot? Okay, let's get right to it. Like, what are we doing here? We're not beating around the bush. And I don't know what they're expecting from these young dudes.
Is actually complaining about men only wanting hookups from a 40-year-old married mother who is looking for some action on the side. I mean, you just can't make this nonsense up, man. It's like, lady, what the f do you expect from a younger man in a situation like this? To wine and dine you and hopefully wife you up one day?
I really
Looking
am
for a romance
struggling
story.
with this lack of effort.
What this situation clearly demonstrates, and something that we as men all know, is that there are plenty of 20-year-old dudes that still want to bang an older woman.
They will date you.
For sure.
They will ask you out. They will go through the motions that make it seem like they're genuinely interested, even when they're not. They'll sleep with you, they'll pursue you, and they have other reasons beyond being authentically interested in you as a person.
It's simply because it's different and there is some mystery to it. However, as men get older, the mystery fades and older women simply become just that, older women. And so if she's not your wife or the mother to your kids, most men are not going to stick around.
Got a Rolodex and they're screaming through people and they're going for coffee dates and walk dates and they're trying to do it really quickly.
Now, even though many older women will tell you that their dating options expand as they get older,
I can date both the toy boys and the divorced dads. So
Yeah, but both only want to use you for sex. Maybe the older dudes might take you a little bit more seriously, but older men nowadays, you've seen the videos. I think I've covered a few on this channel. And I'm going to start covering more content relating to like men speaking, what's going on in their personal lives. But there's been a lot of older men just being like, yo, I'm done. I'm good. I did the marriage thing. I did the divorce thing, and I'm not going back into it. So even the older dudes aren't looking to lock down another chick. It is what it is.
got a huge new range.
What they won't tell you is that many of them now simply get played by both the younger guys and the old dudes.
I was asked out by a 27-year-old, and then I was asked out by a 47-year-old. And in both instances, neither have followed up to actually make it happen.
You see? And so the reason why older women and younger men are less likely to succeed than the old guy and the hot young wife is because young men have everything that older women hate.
The update is that Mr. 28-year-old was never to be heard from again.
Honestly, the whole process has just aged me drastically and dramatically.
A lot of other 27 and 28-year-olds have been sliding into my DMs. But it never goes anywhere. And I'm really trying to learn my lesson to only pursue available men.
You see,
yes, because when they start talking to you and they see that, okay, you're on some like romantic relationship type stuff, like younger men assume that, yo, you know what the deal is. But then when they start talking to you and they realize, okay, yeah, she doesn't know what the deal is. She doesn't realize this is just like a quick, like, let's get right to it. You find me hot, I find you hot. It is what it is. Like, once they realize, oh, she wants a connection, she wants to like go out on romantic dates and hold hands and be seen in public and all this stuff, is like, sweetheart, you're 40. Like, what are we doing?
women want men to be established, mature, and have their finances sorted.
We want you to be in your career and be stable. We don't want to be dating someone in our 50s and then they turn around and go, hey, 50s. You know, if I can just get this promotion, then I'll be earning almost as much money as you.
And younger men only want two things that many older women either can't or won't give up. And they really like the fact that older women are not looking for them to pay for everything and can shower them with gifts.
But guess what? The trade-off is you have to be willing to foot the bill. That's reality. I know some great ladies, some fantastic, beautiful, beautiful older women, and they're married to some good-looking younger men. But what they're not telling you is, yes, they make it seem like those guys have money, but they don't. I know behind the scenes that these ladies are paying for everything.
Yep. Being a hot sugar mama is the only way to guarantee a long-term relationship with—
Look at this guy, bro. This guy's touring the world, being in lavish locations, bro. Look. The same way, like, women thought they was going to escape this. Like, when older men, a lot of the times, deal with younger women, like significantly younger women, there's a payment, like, there's a price tag on that. You know, even if it's not directly, there's like a lifestyle thing. You know what I'm saying? If the older guy doesn't have game and like have that, you know, that knowledge of how to be attractive, a lot of time they have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. You're getting them because they see a lifestyle, they see what they can have, they see resources, they see, you know, they see that. And older women thought that, oh, you're just going to get it for free? No. It's time to foot the bill, Sharon. Like, we can talk about all that romance stuff later. You need to pay this bill. I want to be wined and dined. And that's just what it is. And in my experience dating older women, yeah, they, without me saying anything, because I'm the one to lead and, you know, pay for stuff. That's just how I go about dating. But they were far more quick to like pay the bill. The older they were than me, the more like of the financial burden they would take on without me even asking. They would just do. And because they know, there's like, they know they're going to have to take on that aspect of the relationship. But some of them are, they think it's just going to be all love. Sorry.
Younger guy. Since the reality simply is that most young dudes are not interested in wifing up a 40 or 50-year-old. So ironically, the only way for an older woman to make it work long-term with a younger man is to do the very thing that they absolutely despise.
Let's talk about signs that you're dating a broke guy. I base these on my own experiences dating at now 57 years old.
If you're a single woman and you go on a date with a man and then he refuses to pay for the date,
you cannot afford to financially bail a man out who is so financially unwell that no matter how big the shovel is that you brought to the relationship, you would never be able to dig him out. So just get out.
Now, next to the monetary reason, there's also a practical reason of why older women and younger men usually don't work out, and that is the concept of children. Now, funny enough, I'm actually not talking about the ability to have children, but the complexity of finding someone who doesn't want kids, but does want to be a stepdad to the kids that are already there.
A younger person.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Let me let her say what she's gonna say though.
In their like mid-30s, late 30s, whatever, who absolutely does not want children, but likes children enough to like mine. It seems to be a pretty small subset of people.
You see, she's absolutely right.
Bro, I was literally having a conversation with a girl last night about this. It's crazy. Literally the same situation. She is in her 30s, like early 30s, like maybe 31 or 32, has 2 kids already, and for reasons I won't get into, doesn't have the ability to have any more kids and doesn't want to have any more kids. So she now has to find a guy who is either has his own kids so that he won't want any more kids, or doesn't want kids from the jump. But if he doesn't want, like, if there's a guy who doesn't want any kids, typically he doesn't want your kids either. He wants no kids, period. You know what I'm saying? So the pool of men, and guess what? So it's already difficult. So you have to find a guy who is okay with your kids, but doesn't want any more kids. But there's still all the other criteria that women want. He has to be tall enough. He has to be charming. He has to be great in the bedroom. He has to look a certain way. He has to, bro, like that dwindles down their like actual pool of men to such a small percentage. And she was telling me, because she like keeps me updated on these stuff. She was telling me just how difficult it is to find a guy. Like all the trash men she has to go through with crazy situations, but that's the only pool of men that's left for her. Bro, ladies, man, you really, like, the advice for the ladies, don't become a single mom, bro. Like, get a guy to marry you, take you seriously, then have kids. Because, man, when you're out here on the dating marketplace at 30, it's already hard enough at 30. If you're single, no kids at 30, it's hard enough. Single at 30 with kids, trying to date, bro, it's almost impossible. Like the level of like bad situations and bad dating prospects you're gonna have to go through, or you're just gonna have to settle. Like there's just no way around it. There's no way around it, because the pool of men that you're trying to find, and then don't even throw in they want him to have a certain amount of money, with the delusion a lot of women have. He has to have all the other metrics I just mentioned and the money. Like, this girl is, I just feel so sorry for him, bro. It's like, you are cooked.
A very small pool of guys that don't want kids but don't have a problem with becoming a stepdad. So you're really looking for a needle in a haystack. But that's not the only problem here, since this woman gives a whole new meaning to the term daddy issues.
If you have a father who's young, so like my dad is almost exactly 20 years older than me, and he's a stallion, which is gross to say, but he's a good looking guy and he looks very young.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I would almost think that she wants to fuck her dad. But that's for her and a YouTube card reader to resolve.
My YouTube tarot card reader.
Anyways, when you go through her content, it becomes very evident why she struggles with relationships, since it just screams entitlement headache.
But to find somebody who's going to stay is so particular when you're this kind of person like me. Because
Weirdo, crazy,
they need to
toxic.
be on the same wavelength as you. They can recognize that maybe you highlight their own shadows, but they're not going to be triggered by it. They're going to be like, oh shit, I like that this person helps me see these things, and then they deal with it.
But what's truly amazing is her reasoning for wanting to get married
she's just
again.
toxic and
I
crazy.
also really do want to get married again at some point, because it's totally out of vanity. Because I would like to do that before I lose some aesthetics, right? Like, I'm in my early 40s. I'm already kind of pushing the hands of time, you know? And I would like to be in a white dress and have some nice photos taken.
Wow, I just can't believe some hot...
Wow, bro. And see, that is literally what men are afraid of. That's literally a woman that wants to get married for the wedding. And that's what men are afraid of. That's why they don't want to get married anymore. Younger men, older men, same thing, bro. Literally wants to get married because she wants to get some great wedding pictures before she loses her beauty, which she acknowledges is on her way out the door. And it's like, bro, and Literally, she even admits she wants to get married for vanity. And guess what? There's a sucker stupid enough to hear this, turn his brain off, and marry her anyway. There's literally men out there like that. It's absolutely crazy. And this is why, bro, you got to vet the woman well and find out why does she want to get married? That's a big question. And really understand her motivation behind it. Because girls just like this, I just want to get married just because there's just something I haven't experienced and I just feel like I want to experience it. And, they get the wedding, they get the marriage, they get the commitment, and then they don't value it. Once the honeymoon phase, dies down, they got their big day, they got all the attention, they got the photos. Now real life happens, and then, I'm not happy anymore. I just feel like I'm losing myself. I just feel like I want to go find myself, and I just feel like we're not on the same page, and there goes half your stuff. Vet these women right, man.
Dude hasn't already snagged her up. My God, man. Now, she does mention later on that she also wants to really fall in love with the person and have butterflies, but it all just sounds like an afterthought when clearly her main concern is to get married while she still looks good. This mindset is literally what every guy fears, that you marry a woman and the moment her goal is achieved, she just lets herself go and now you're fucked. Since divorcing her is going to cost you big time.
If you supported your wife during the marriage, if she became accustomed to a lifestyle that your money afforded her, then chances are you will pay her alimony in spite of the fact that she cheated on you.
Now for a final disastrous...
Oh yes, that is absolute facts. Gentlemen, take that to heart. Know that and move wisely out here because that is absolutely facts. It's dangerous.
At locking down a younger man, we travel all the way to Singapore for a true masterclass in delusion.
It's Friday night in Singapore, and I went out this evening and I met a new guy who happens to be an expat.
Now there are many problems in this story, however one of the most iconic ones, and the reason why I made the Passport Bros series, linked up here, is how Western women keep underestimating the value of Western men, and they keep overestimating their own value.
He exclusively dates Singaporean or other Southeast Asian nationalities. Back home, he rates himself a 7.5, and in Singapore, he rates himself a 9. I don't know what you Singaporean ladies are doing, but you could do so much better.
You see...
Oh, she's salty, and I bet she knows how good those women look. They're probably substantially younger than her, probably still in their mid to late 20s, right? Gorgeous, in shape, willing to do what she isn't, cook, clean, be submissive, not be a headache, be combative. She sees that and she sees a guy her age crushing it like that. Trust me, they feel salty. So what do? They try to make the women feel like they could do so much better. It's like they are happy with what they have, but they don't like to see men winning. When you're over here dating them in the West, they don't want to make you happy. They don't want to do the things that you're asking them for. So you say, okay, no problem. I'm going to head out. I'm going to go somewhere where women are willing to do that. You go there, you find what you're looking for. Things are great. And they still don't want to see you happy. They try to tell the women, oh, they want to make you a slave. They just want to use you. They just want to make you into a baby factory, pregnant, barefoot in the kitchen. And, they're just doing it because you're not very intelligent. And bro, they try to make the women feel like they can do better. The women are happy, man. You're the only one miserable. Fix your life.
Laughs at the guy who's clearly having a much better time dating abroad than she is because in her eyes he is beneath her. But the reality is the average British white dude is not only much taller than the average Asian woman, which is going to help him absolutely dominate the Asian dating market. Facts. Even if he's the most basic white dude in Britain. While at the same time, an older British white woman is not really that desired in Asia at all.
As a Western woman living in Singapore, it's a very common fact that it's a very difficult market to date. And what happens is many Western women, in this case English women, will leave because they can't find a boyfriend.
Yep, doesn't sound so promising, does it? And so these basic facts are happily ignored by older women on a constant basis, which is why they continue making videos on how great it is to be dating a younger man in your 40s or 50s. But at the same time, they also complain non-stop about how these men keep ghosting them and not take them seriously, to the point that they even start completely ignoring DMs from younger men because they just know it's going to end badly.
27 and 28-year-olds have been sliding into my DMs. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm ignoring them because Candace of the past would check out their profile, think they're attractive, and respond. But it never goes anywhere, and I'm really trying to learn my lesson.
Now, a lot of critics might say, aren't you a hypocrite if you support older men dating 20-year-olds, but you're against older women dating younger guys? And to that I say, I am not against older women dating younger men at all. If these women want to date young guys, go right ahead. However, what I am against is the bullshit narrative that older women are now choosing to date younger men and that it's going great.
That didn't work out, and I have to go back to dating because it's really hard.
Because clearly that is not the case, since in reality most of the time these younger men only want a hookup type situation, and most of the time these older women are finding out that they do not want what these young men have to offer, and young men only stick around when older women are willing to spend massively on them. This was older women failing to date younger men. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
Well, there you go, guys. Like, it's what we said, exactly what we were talking about in the last video about hag maxing. But I like his perspective. And yeah, man, like he said, like us men, we're not upset. We don't care that older women are dating younger guys. That's fine. That's great for the younger guys. You know what I'm saying? They need some attention too. But this idea that they're doing it and it's just this thrilling time and it's just working out and there's these amazing relationships that are blossoming all over the place. No, bro. It is strictly a sexual situation. And if the woman really wants to hold on to the guy, then she's going to have to foot the bill and really put her money where her mouth is. Which is fine because they're strong and independent and they have their careers, which they value so much. Well, it's time to put that career to work. Make that career actually worth your while, you know, and pay for what you want. You want that young, hot, in shape dude who can lay it down in the bedroom? Who's going to hang around and be seen in public with you despite you being, you know, substantially older? Then guess what? That comes at a cost. It comes at a cost, right? If you want a serious relationship, there's a charge for that. Why would a young, attractive guy who can get younger women stick around, you know, without some kind of actual benefit? And a lot of that is the lifestyle you can afford. The same dynamic with the younger women dating substantially older men in a lot of the cases. But hey, man, that's it. Older women are just going to have to like learn it the hard way. But hey, guys, that's the video. If you got some value from it, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, take it easy.